Welcome y'all to Married at First Sight season 15 episode 6, and this is my review of Married at First Sight for Ben and Morgan. I do separate videos on all the couples. I upload the videos independently, separately. So if I've done other videos on the other couples, at the end of this video you'll see a link and you can go on to the next video. But let's get into this recap review and talk about Ben and Morgan. And I'm gonna tell you who I am. I'm the person who counts partial truths and omissions as lies. That's who I am. When you tell a partial truth, I count it as a lie. And when you omit pertinent information, I call it a lie. I know everybody out here doesn't have that same rule, but that's my rule. It doesn't mean then that I don't treat them differently. I do, but they're still in the category of a lie. And what Morgan did in my book, The World of Me, it was a lie. I don't care if it was one class, one course, one whatever. The question on the application clearly was probably what's your highest degree level, whatever. And at the moment she filled out that application, it shouldn't have said a BS or BSN. It should have said associate's degree. Now, did she lie about being an RN? No, she didn't. She didn't lie about that part, but she clearly lied about the part of having a bachelor's degree. Now, some people might say, well, she was probably close to it, so you could just count it. That's fine. You can say whatever you want to do, but you don't have one now, so it's a lie. Let me tell you, I worked for a corporate America company, and a guy applied for a job, and he did the same thing. He didn't have a degree. He was only one course away from having a degree. When the corporation found out about it, you know what they did? They fired him. It was called falsification. Because it's a lie, people. I'm sorry to tell you, it's a lie. Now, I understand that you don't need a bachelor's degree to be a nurse, because I have a friend who just finally got his bachelor's degree in nursing after being an RN for like 6 years. He had an associate's degree. So Ben was obviously ignorant of the fact that she can still be an RN and not have a bachelor's degree. But that also doesn't take up the fact that she lied on that application and she said she had a bachelor's degree and she didn't have one yet. So why did she lie? We know why she lied, because she knew that there are people on this show who probably only want other people who have been to college and have a bachelor's degree. They probably put that on there. And she knew that if she didn't put down that she had a bachelor's degree, she might get eliminated as a possible choice. So she lied to get an advantage. That's what she did. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's the only lie she told. I told you last week that when we found out Morgan was very iffy about wanting to have kids, I said she had to have lied on the application. She had to have put down she emphatically wanted kids, because there's no way, I don't believe that the experts are this malicious. There's no way a person like Ben, who has said over and over again, he wants a family, he wants a family, he wants a family. The two F's are most important to him, family and finances. They would have paired him with a woman who didn't know she wanted kids. And everybody knows when you don't want kids, there's a lot of men who wouldn't want to be with you. I believe Morgan lied on the question about wanting kids, and I think she put down for sure she wanted kids, because in that area, she didn't want to get eliminated over there. So the issue over this BSN, it's not the only lie that Morgan told. She lied about kids and wanting kids. I'm telling you, she partially omitted information. She told a partial truth, whatever you want to call it. It was a lie. This is why their match is so poorly, because what I believe, I want to see her whole application, honestly. I want to see her whole questionnaire, because that's why I think they were matched so poorly, because I do believe that Morgan has lied about more than one thing on her application. That's what I believe. And to be honest with you, I don't want to get into no body shaming, but Morgan's on the after party, and I'm going to tell you, she looks like she's picked up a little bit of weight. And I remember Morgan talking about the fact that she had just lost a lot of weight, or she had lost weight because she was in a really bad period and she lost weight. I believe another area she might have lied on was that physical fitness side. I believe there's probably a portion where they ask you about your height and weight. I think Morgan lied on that too, because I think it was very important for Ben to want a woman who was physically fit, because he's so into it. And I think Morgan might have lied about it and covered it up with his Muay Thai stuff. I do. I believe she lied in that area too. I know people are going to be mad. I'm not body shaming me. I'm not telling nothing's wrong with her. I'm not saying anything's wrong with her body or anything. I'm just saying I believe it's another area where she probably fudged the numbers in. And what I find awfully ironic is Morgan has already come on here with a whole list of what she wanted. It was one of the things that I didn't particularly care too much about Morgan in the beginning, because it was all about her, what she wanted, all about her lifestyle, what she wanted. Somebody fit into her life. I said in the very beginning, she talks about her future husband before Ben even came on the scene as if he's as if he's just a checkbox. So now all of a sudden you tell me Morgan is upset because Ben got a list too? I don't care if you don't like his list. I don't care if his list is stringent. I think his list is a little bit too stringent. I think he does need to be a little bit more flexible. But what I don't like is when a person has a stringent list themselves and has a whole list of stuff they want, but then when someone else comes with a list, then there's a problem. Morgan wasn't counting on that her mate, which is Ben, would have a list too, and he would want to hold his ground as much as she wants to hold her ground on her list too. That's what she's really mad about, that he's got standards just like she so-called had standards. And now she's asking him to lighten up off his standards. He has said, you know what? She asked him, do you think we're poorly matched? Poor Ben couldn't even answer. He didn't say nothing because you know what he did? He did what his mama taught him. It says, if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. But I'll answer for him. I know you're not a good match. You were matched poorly, and now we know part of the poor matching was because you lied on the questionnaire and you presented yourself differently. It's the same thing that happened last season or with Alyssa. When people come into situations and they're not authentic and they don't tell the truth, then you get matched poorly. And that's what happened to Ben, and Ben feels tricked and bamboozled by her. So when she's sitting here talking about he has broken her trust by telling Justin, which he did. He shouldn't have told Justin. I don't think he should have told her. But listen, you broke his trust first when you lied on that application. You weren't truthful. So talking about the breaking of trust, people trusted you to fill out the application truthfully and you didn't. So you know what? That makes another person feel like they can't trust you, because what else are you lying about? Now Ben is running around here, going on an apology tour, trying to gain her trust back. But is Morgan apologizing for what she did? No. What she's doing is she's trying to act like, well, it wasn't that big of a deal and you betrayed me. I don't like when people do this. I don't like when all of a sudden the conversation becomes about my reaction and not about what you did. Now we're not talking about what you did. Now we're talking about my reaction. Sure, his reaction was wrong. I don't think he should have told Justin that. I think he overblew the fact that she didn't have the BSN yet. But I think more what it was not only did she lie about having the degree to gain an advantage in this process, also what he said was she lied about further education. She kept saying, what he said was she kept saying, I finished with school, but then she keeps saying, I'm going back to school. This is the same thing that happened last year with Elijah and Katina. A lot of men don't want women who are still pursuing college education. Ben has clearly said he is on the track to retire early, to live independently and financially free. That doesn't line up with a woman who's still finishing her bachelor's degree and now talking about she wants to incur more debt and more schooling for a nurse practitioner. I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. He's just saying it's not what he wants for his life. And the thing about it, Morgan constantly defends her whole list, but then tells Ben he needs to come up off of his list and be more flexible. But then she had that whole big old fiasco she did at the table. And she started talking about what kind of man she wants, and she means a man independent, don't need nothing from her, because when she comes home, she don't want to be bothered. She don't want to have to be taking care of nobody, because she takes care of people all day at work as a nurse. I told you, this is actually one of the difficulties of nurses. I understand it. When you're taking care of people all day at work, when you have that much pressure on you, it is hard to come home and then have to do those sorts of things at work. Another profession that has a problem are school teachers. When they're dealing with kids all day at work, when they come home, the last thing they want to have to deal with sometimes are unruly kids at home. Let me tell you, I was raised by a school teacher, so I know what it is when a teacher has to deal with unruly kids at school and then have to come home and deal with unruly kids at home. They're not having it. And what Morgan was saying is, I take care of people at work. I'm not coming home and taking care of nobody. Then Morgan, you shouldn't be on the show. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with your philosophy. I get it. Then you shouldn't be on the show. But part of that little performance she did, let me tell you, it was because she has realized Ben don't want her. Ben's not going to want her. And she's trying to set it up for her so she can talk about how she rejected him because he's not what he wants. Morgan already knows she about to get rejected from Ben, that this is going absolutely nowhere. And now she going full force, going in real hard on Ben at the table, regardless of how it makes him feel. And he was obviously very, very uncomfortable with it. But all she's talking about is what she wants and what she wants to do. I ain't taking care of no man. I need him to be independent, and I don't want to take care of nobody. A girl, bye. The breakup is imminent. And the other part that she started talking about, saying that what's the big deal if I don't have a relationship with my father? No, Morgan, you're getting on. You not only don't have a relationship with your father. Okay, there's a lot of people like that. You talk so badly about your father. You have such a level of contempt and hate for your father that it is alarming. It alarmed me, and I'm not even married to Morgan. And let me tell you, if this were reversed and a woman heard a man talking about his mother the way Morgan talks about her father, I absolutely believe a woman would have a red flag. Because we all have heard the saying, watch how a man treats his mother and you get an idea of how he would treat you. Well, if we can say that for women looking at men, I think Ben has a right to look at Morgan and say, not only does she not have a relationship, she has a lot of negative stuff to say about her father. It is very toxic. It's almost like a level of contempt and hate she has for her father. It's at a whole nother level, and it is alarming. But Morgan wants to do all the judging. She wants to judge him, and he wanted a perfect person, but she doesn't want to admit there's some red flags about her. She wants to hold other people accountable and what they should do right or wrong. But if you come and mention anything about her, everybody need to back up off of her. Girl, bye. Morgan is completely unaware of how she comes off and how she's self-centered and only thinks about herself. This is why she keeps telling this Muay Thai story of busting a woman's teeth out. She keeps telling it because somehow she thinks it's a good story. It's because she's oblivious to how people see her and how people see other things. And she only cares about how she sees things, so she goes along with this story. For her not to understand how a person could be hurt about her lying on a questionnaire or an application, I'm telling you, she lied about that degree. She lied about having kids. And I'm telling you, she lied about her weight-height ratio. She did. And Ben is up here still smiling, not saying anything. Like I told you last episode, Ben can smile through a prostate exam, a root canal, and everything else. He's just keeping a smile, but them wheels is turning the background. He ain't interested in her. I told you before he wasn't interested in her. He never been interested in her. He knew from the jump, from the beginning, that Morgan, she's not the one. This was a horrible match, but you know what? Now I can't put it on all the experts. Sorry, experts. I'm laying this at the feet of Morgan because I think if she would have been a little bit more transparent on that questionnaire, they might not have ever been matched. They may not have ever been matched because I don't even think that she's outgoing like she says, because she says when she gets home for nursing, if you don't like to talk to nobody and she likes to chill and relax because she's so tired, girl, you ain't fun. You ain't fun. And like Ben was trying to say, well, that's every day. We got to have some fun. Sometimes Morgan ain't fun. Can I see Morgan's questionnaire application? Because I need to go through it with a fine tooth comb. But anyway, that's it, y'all. Watch my videos on the other couples. Talk to you later. Bye.